Well, this one can't be said to be a thing of beauty. Look at the state of this. Leatherettes peeling off. Few ice bumps on the back. Nasty sort of mildewy grey shade to that leatherette. It's a bit loose on the back door. Loose on the base. That leatherette's lifting up. I'd say it's been in damp storage somewhere. What else can we say about it? Well, 3 big C. The top of that screw there on the meter is very scarred up. I'd say someone's had a go at that. The meter, look at the position of the meter needle. It's halfway across the scale. What's going on there? Well, as it turns out, the meter needle sticks. So there's something really seriously wrong with that meter. Viewfinder. Let's have a look. Rangefinder looks credible. Focus moves reasonably smoothly. Finder is very, very hazy. What about the shutter? Oh dear me, look at the way the film advance lever goes. It's a big shove to get that to go home. The synchronisation between the shutter release and the body is obviously not right. But the shutter does fire. Anything else? Let's have a quick look. Oh, the aperture, the diaphragm's still there. And there are numbers in the back of the camera, but they don't really tell me anything. 415.5. That's somebody's series of numbers. Well, what they mean is anyone's guess. Certainly, well, it doesn't mean 55 because the camera didn't exist there. No, the back door doesn't want to shut. The catch is rough. Leatherettes are flapping here, so they're tending to catch in under the door. And for good measure, it's been thumped in at the corner. So, yeah, this is not a good one. I think I might start by lifting off the loose leatherettes before they fall off and get snapped in half. Well, a quick poke with the scalpel, the leatherette just fell off. As you can see, it's covered in white corrosion. The camera has certainly been somewhere damp. That's not a good sign. What about the other side? Is this any better? Let's have a look. Yeah, I said it didn't take much to get the leatherettes off. The camera back, is that any better? It's stuck better on the back. It's certainly loose at the edges, but it's not as loose. Oh, I'm getting covered in white powder here. It's like sand. That's the crap here off this aluminium rubbish here. I suppose it's aluminium oxide. That's an abrasive, isn't it? That's lovely. Okay, so I think I'll take the back door off the camera to deal with that, just because I don't want to be spreading this rubbish around everywhere. Okay, we'll take the back off the camera completely. Now the leatherettes are certainly loose. I can get up underneath the edge here on the back door. Well, that's usually impossible to do that. The hard part to get off is this bit right on the edge. That's usually where leatherettes are stuck the strongest. It's got a funny feel to this. I wonder whether it's been re-glued. The leatherettes aren't pliable enough for me to peel that back and look underneath the edge. Whoops, cut through it there. I have to glue that down well. Let's see if I can peer under here a bit. I still can't tell. Right. Yeah, it's broken there. I don't think that has been re-glued. I think that it's stuck down quite well. I'm going to have to move that way because it's stuck fairly well at this corner. Try to get past this piece here where the leatherette's cracked, if I can. There's quite a large exhaust bump in 2 or 3 places on here. It's what I'd like to do is pull back that way, but I don't think I can get under the leatherette sufficiently well to achieve that. Sounds like my lawnmower man's starting up. Alright, I'm going to try a bit of naphtha under there, see if it'll help me slide that scalpel under a bit easier. The naphtha probably wouldn't have any effect on the adhesive, but it acts like a lubricant to a certain extent. It allows me to slide my scalpel blade in much easier. I think that leatherette's going to come off in 2 pieces there. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it has. Broken there. I have to come back and get that piece off. Right, the rest of it, it's not uncommon for leatherettes to be incredibly well stuck in one place and falling off in another. So you can see all the corrosion deposits down there. got to keep my scalpel blade down hard against the aluminium of the camera back. It's cracked here too, the leatherette, in much the same relative position as that patch. It's got a bit of an odd pattern to it. Yeah, I was able to get under that. Right, I'm right at the corner, it's stuck well there. The leatherette's not flexible, so I can't just peel it back. There's a patch just stuck right there. Yeah, it's cracked in multiple places there. This will be a bit of a job getting this leatherette back on. I think I can get it on in one looking good, but it's not coming off in one piece. It's too aged and dry and inflexible, and it's damaged. I don't think I can get anything up in that. I'll just try my pointiest tweezers and see if I can slide them up under this edge here. Yeah, looks like I can. So I can work back towards the corner from the edge. Yeah. Yeah, it's stuck quite well at this point. Yeah, it's stuck right there. Okay, I was able to get under that. Right, so I've got a crack right on the edge. So I've got a bit of leatherette here, sitting on the back, and a piece here. Both of those I'd like off. So I can glue them back into position. Okay, there's one. And this one. Okay. So those two pieces, those two fragments, I'll have to deal with. In this camera back and the camera body, I've got to get all this rubbish off here. This is mostly corrosion products. The black patches are leatherette, the backing of the leatherette, where it was still bonded fairly strongly, or has been in the past. I'm just using the back of my scalpel there, and you can see this dirty grey patch here and the dirty grey patch there. Well, they are where the corrosion was heaviest. Likewise, there's a patch around here. I need to get all this rubbish off before I glue the leatherettes back. And this is all the result of improper storage, I would say. It means that the camera has been left somewhere fairly humid, perhaps. I don't think the corrosion is localised enough to say much more than that. You can get this sort of effect if you have your camera out and you get caught in the rain and the leather case absorbs some rain and you don't take the camera out of the case when you get home. You put it away in the cupboard and all that moisture that's trapped in the leather case will do this sort of thing. So this is all just using the back edge of that scalpel blade so it doesn't dig into the aluminium to any great extent. Just scraping that rubbish loose, which is a mixture of corrosion, leatherette and adhesive. Right, I'll bring you back when I've got that clean and I'm ready to think about putting the leatherette back on it. Well, I've got the camera back all cleaned. You can see the pattern in here. That is basically, that's oxidation or corrosion. They're really dark patches visible here, 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 here and here. That's where the corrosion was worse. I've got to just clean off this leatherette now, and where the big bumps were, that's where the aluminium oxide or salts or whatever it is have formed underneath the leatherette, and I've got to get these bumps off, otherwise the leatherette will never ever lie down flat. That's another piece of leatherette that just broke away. Put that to one side. You can see there's an extra hole just right there now. There's a crack here. This is not good. But unfortunately, leaving the leatherette in place was not an option, as you can see by the amount of corrosion that's underneath it. That was only going to get worse. The leatherette was already loose at the edge and would have fallen off. Oh, it's all cracked here. That's going to come to bits on me too. Here's another piece just fallen off. Here, another piece. This leatherette's very fragile. I might not be going to win with this one. They're all unfortunately sort of shapeless, blobby looking bits that are coming off. It'll be hard to get the pieces oriented back correctly in the right place. I'll have to go back and consult the emails and see what I was told about this camera. Whether it's a dearly beloved family heirloom or whether it was a bargain basement price eBay purchase, I do not know. Okay, that's the worst of that off there. I'll wipe that down at the back with some naphtha and then look at the little broken off pieces. I've got far too many there. Yeah, this hole that's formed here, I didn't see that coming. That's at where the embossing of the name was, and that's a very thin piece there. It's been embossed down quite deeply into the leatherette. If I have leatherettes with like this with bad ice bumps, I normally soak them in a dish with some warm water and a bit of dish soap to help as a wetting agent, and that is usually helpful. It usually softens them up a bit. Even the outside of the leatherette looks bad. I mean, this stuff here, it just doesn't look good. That'll be soap and water to deal with that. I can't be wiping the outside of the leatherette with so I can sort of see what I need to do. I can possibly cut a patch into it. I hate doing that, but that's a possibility. That's the biggest piece. That'll be fairly easy. That chip there, it's hard, this leatherette's so poor it's hard to even tell which way up this is. That chip there is that piece, I think. And then this lot that goes there. And then this piece must go here. Alright, I've seen enough. I'll clean these little patches. You can see that they're very covered in corrosion, so these were the spots that were quite damaged. And then see if I can put this back together. Dealing with these little pieces is very difficult because it's hard chipping this corrosion rubbish off the back. without cutting these things in half at the same time. So what I'm doing here is I'm just fracturing that corrosion stuff because it's fairly brittle. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's see if I can. I don't even dare wipe these, all I can do is roll the cotton bud over them to lift off the rubbish. See if I can get that fleck off there. Maybe that one. Oh yeah, still crusty lumps on here. Of course those crusty lumps will prevent the leatherette from lying down flat. That's cracked through the leatherette there. Alright, see I've got my work cut out for me here. Yeah, where that's broken through there's a big stretched patch in the leatherette there where the corrosion products were underneath it. So that was, yeah, it's cracked there. That was pretty much set up for failure. Okay. Well, I've got two options. I can try and put the leatherette back together and then put it onto the camera back. Or I can put the leatherette on the camera back and then try to push the little patches into place. Oh, this is just chipping away some more of that corrosion here. The leatherette's so fragile, I think I will get my leatherette back on the camera back and then put my patches back in. I think that's going to be the best option here. I've still got to clean this leatherette up. That grey effect down here, that's might be mildew or something, it's very hard to say. Alright, I'll glue the leatherette back because it's fragile and I don't want it fragmenting more than it already has.